Welcome to the AnzenGuard podcast, the show where we take a deep dive into the latest in cybersecurity.
Absolutely.
I'm your host, Michael Reynolds.
And I'm Laura Wilson, cybersecurity expert.
And today we are tackling a topic that is increasingly important in our digital world.
Yeah.
Cloud antivirus.
Definitely.
We've got a stack of research and expert opinions to help us understand what cloud antivirus is all about,
Yes.
how it works, and why you should care.
It's a fascinating area, really.
Yeah.
And it's moved so fast.
It has.
From niche tech to something many of us use daily without even realizing it.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't encountered this yet, what exactly is cloud antivirus?
Right.
Is it like antivirus software that lives in the cloud and beams down protection to my computer?
That's a pretty good analogy. Instead of having all the heavy-duty antivirus work happening on your device,
Right.
cloud antivirus shifts that processing to powerful servers in the cloud.
Okay.
You still have a small program installed locally,
Right.
but its main job is to act as a messenger, sending data to the cloud for analysis
Okay.
and receiving instructions back.
So it's like having a team of super sleuths in the cloud,
Yes.
constantly analyzing threats and sending back real-time intel to my device.
Exactly. And this approach has some major benefits.
Okay.
Think about those antivirus updates you used to have to download and install.
Oh, yeah.
With cloud antivirus, the updates are happening constantly in the background on those cloud servers.
Right.
So you're always protected against the latest threats.
That's a huge plus. I remember those update notifications always popping up at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
But does this mean my computer's constantly sending all my data to the cloud?
Right.
What about privacy?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And something you should definitely consider when choosing a provider.
Right.
A reputable cloud antivirus company will have strong privacy policies in place to protect your data.
Okay.
They'll be transparent about what data they collect and how they use it. It's always a good idea to read the fine print
Yes.
and understand their privacy practices before you commit.
Absolutely. So how does cloud antivirus compare to the traditional antivirus software that most people are familiar with?
Right.
Is this a case of out with the old, in with the new?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Traditional antivirus can still be effective,
Okay.
especially if you have an older computer or a limited internet access.
Right.
It does all the processing locally on your device,
Okay.
which means you don't have to worry about being connected to the cloud.
But that local processing can be a real resource hog.
Yeah.
I've had those full system scans that practically bring my computer to a standstill.
Exactly. That's one of the biggest advantages of cloud antivirus.
Right.
It's much lighter on your system's resources because the heavy lifting happens in the cloud.
Right.
Your computer stays fast and responsive even during scans.
That's a big win, especially for those of us who are constantly multitasking
Yeah.
and need our computers to keep up. So it sounds like cloud antivirus offers some compelling advantages. Are there any other benefits that we haven't touched on yet?
Absolutely. One of the key features of cloud antivirus is its ability to use advanced techniques like heuristics and behavioral analysis to detect threats.
Hold on, can you break those down for us?
Sure.
Those sound pretty technical.
Heuristics basically means the software looks for suspicious characteristics or patterns in files,
Right.
even if they haven't been specifically identified as malware yet.
Okay.
It's like a detective looking for clues that something might be amiss.
So it's not just relying on a list of known bad guys.
Right.
It's also looking for suspicious behavior.
Exactly. And behavioral analysis takes this a step further
Okay.
by monitoring how programs behave on your system.
Right.
If a program starts doing things that are out of the ordinary, like trying to access sensitive data or modify system files, the cloud antivirus can flag it as a potential threat and take action.
That's really impressive. It's like having a security guard who can spot a thief based on their suspicious movements, even if they've never seen that particular thief before.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
These advanced techniques are what make cloud antivirus so effective at combating new and emerging threats.
It's like having a cybersecurity crystal ball,
Yeah.
predicting and preventing threats before they even happen.
Right.
Speaking of the future, what about the impact of cloud antivirus on the wider tech landscape?
Right.
We're seeing this explosion of smart devices. Everything from our refrigerators to our doorbells are connected to the internet.
Yes.
How does cloud antivirus play into securing this Internet of Things?
That's a great question, and one that security experts are grappling with right now.
Yeah.
As our homes and workplaces become increasingly connected, securing these IoT devices becomes crucial.
It does.
And cloud antivirus is definitely part of the solution.
Okay.
Traditional antivirus just isn't practical for these devices,
Right.
which often have limited processing power and storage space.
It's like trying to install a full-fledged security system on a tiny little drone.
Exactly.
It just wouldn't work.
Cloud antivirus with this lightweight footprint and remote processing capabilities is a much better fit for securing these devices.
Okay.
We're already seeing cloud antivirus solutions being integrated into smart home hubs and other IoT platforms.
So it sounds like cloud antivirus is not only protecting our computers and smartphones, but also playing a key role in securing our increasingly connected lives. But with so many options out there, how do you even begin to choose the right cloud antivirus for your needs?
That's where things can get a bit tricky.
Yeah.
It's important to do your research and choose a reputable provider with a proven track record.
Okay.
Look for independent lab tests and user reviews to get an idea of how effective the software is at detecting and blocking threats.
So don't just go for the first name you recognize or the cheapest option.
Right.
Look for real evidence of their effectiveness.
Absolutely. You should also consider what features are important to you. Some cloud antivirus solutions offer extras like VPNs, password managers, parental controls, and even system optimization tools.
It's like a cybersecurity buffet.
Yeah.
You can pick and choose the features that best suit your needs and your digital lifestyle.
Exactly. And keep in mind that price isn't always the best indicator of quality.
Right.
Some of the most effective cloud antivirus solutions are surprisingly affordable.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between features effectiveness and price. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into cloud antivirus.
We have.
We still got a lot more to explore.
We do.
We'll be back in part 2 to delve even deeper into the world of cloud antivirus and explore some of the top products on the market.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a fascinating journey into the cloud.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the AnzenGuard podcast, where we're taking a deep dive into the world of cloud antivirus. In part 1, we explored what cloud antivirus is and some of its key benefits. Now, I'm curious about something you mentioned earlier, how cloud antivirus is impacting the wider tech landscape, particularly with the rise of the Internet of Things.
Yes,
It seems like everything these days is connected to the Internet, from our refrigerators to our cars.
it's true.
So how exactly is cloud antivirus being used to secure these smart devices?
Right.
It seems like trying to fit a full-blown security system on a tiny little device like a smart bulb would be a bit of a stretch.
It would be. Traditional antivirus just isn't feasible for many IoT devices,
Okay.
which have limited processing power and storage space.
Right.
But cloud antivirus, with its lightweight footprint and remote processing capabilities, is a much better fit.
So the heavy lifting is still happening in the cloud, keeping those resource-constrained devices running smoothly.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. Are there any specific examples of how cloud antivirus is being integrated into the IoT space?
Absolutely. We're seeing cloud antivirus solutions being embedded into smart home hubs,
Okay.
routers, and even directly into some IoT devices. For example, some smart security cameras are now using cloud antivirus to scan the video footage they capture, looking for signs of suspicious activity.
That's really interesting. So not only is the camera keeping an eye on things in the physical world,
Right.
but it's also got this added layer of protection in the digital world.
Exactly.
It's like having a security guard who can also spot digital threats.
And this trend is only going to accelerate as more and more devices become connected.
Right.
We're going to see cloud antivirus playing a bigger role in everything from smart cars to industrial control systems.
Wow. It's amazing to think about the potential of cloud antivirus to safeguard our increasingly connected lives. But with so many options out there, how do you even begin to choose the right cloud antivirus for your needs?
Right.
It's like walking into a cybersecurity supermarket with rows and rows of products.
Yeah.
How do you know which one is right for you?
It can definitely be overwhelming.
Wow.
First and foremost, I always recommend sticking with reputable brands that have a proven track record.
Okay.
Do your research, read independent lab tests, and check out user reviews to see how effective the software is at detecting and blocking threats.
So don't just go for the flashiest packaging or the catchiest marketing slogan.
Right.
Look for substance for real evidence of their effectiveness.
Exactly. You also want to consider what features are important to you.
Right.
Some cloud antivirus solutions are bare bones, focusing solely on malware protection.
Okay.
Others offer a whole suite of extras like VPNs, password managers, parental controls, and even system optimization tools.
It's like a cybersecurity buffet.
Hmm.
You can pick and choose the features that best suit your needs and your digital lifestyle.
Exactly. But with all these additional features,
Yeah,
do they ever compromise on the core functionality of malware protection?
that's a good question.
It's important to make sure that any additional features don't bog down the software or compromise its effectiveness.
Right.
Look for solutions that strike a good balance between features and performance.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to try out a few different options.
Yeah,
Many providers offer free trials, so you can test drive the software before you commit.
that's a great tip. It's like taking a car for a test drive before you buy it.
Yeah.
You want to make sure it handles well and has all the features you need. Speaking of specific products,
Yeah.
let's dive into some of the top contenders in the cloud antivirus market. What are some of the names that consistently come up in your research
Right.
and stand out as leaders in the field?
There are several companies that consistently receive high marks
Okay.
from both independent labs and users.
Right.
One of those is Bitdefender.
Okay. I've heard good things about Bitdefender.
Sure.
Their name seems to pop up frequently in best of lists and security forums.
Yes.
What are some of the things that make them stand out?
They have a very strong track record when it comes to malware detection.
Okay.
Their software consistently scores high in independent lab tests.
Mm-hmm.
They also offer a wide range of features,
Right.
including a VPN password manager, parental controls, and even anti-theft tools for your devices.
That's a pretty impressive suite of features. It sounds like they've got all the bases covered.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other products that you would consider top-tier contenders?
Another one that consistently ranks high is Kaspersky.
Okay.
They're known for their cutting-edge technology and proactive approach to threat detection.
Right.
Their cloud antivirus solutions leverage machine learning and behavioral analysis to identify and neutralize threats before they can do any damage.
It's like having a cybersecurity bodyguard, always watching your back
Yes.
and anticipating threats before they even materialize.
Yeah.
What about options that are particularly user-friendly?
Right.
Are there any products that stand out as being easy to use, even for those who aren't tech-savvy?
Absolutely. TotalEV is a great option for users who are looking for a simple, intuitive interface.
Okay.
They offer a clean, uncluttered dashboard that's easy to navigate.
Right.
And their Smart Scan feature is great for quickly checking your system for any potential issues.
So it's a good choice for someone who wants powerful protection without having to wade through a lot of technical jargon or complex settings.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a cloud antivirus solution out there for everyone, no matter your technical expertise or budget.
That's right. And with the threat landscape constantly evolving,
Right.
it's more important than ever to have a solid cloud antivirus solution in place.
It's like having a security system for your digital life, protecting you from the ever-present threats lurking in the online world. We've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive,
We have.
exploring the impact of cloud antivirus on the Internet of Things and delving into some of the top products on the market. But there's still more to uncover.
We've only just begun to scratch the surface of this fascinating and ever-evolving field.
We'll be back in part 3 to wrap up our exploration of cloud antivirus, discussing the future of this technology and leaving you with some key takeaways.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be an insightful journey into the cloud. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the AnzenGuard podcast for the final part of our deep dive into cloud antivirus. We've explored what cloud antivirus is, how it works, its impact on the ever-expanding Internet of Things, and even took a look at some of the top players in the market.
It's been quite a journey through the cloud.
It really has. But before we wrap things up, I'd love to get your take on the future of cloud antivirus. Technology is always evolving. So what do you see on the horizon for this essential cybersecurity tool?
That's a great question. I think we're going to see even more integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning into cloud antivirus solutions.
Okay.
This will enable them to become even more proactive in identifying and neutralizing threats.
Right.
Almost like having a digital immune system that's constantly learning and adapting.
So it's like having a security system that can anticipate threats before they even emerge, constantly evolving to stay ahead of the bad guys.
Precisely. And I think we'll also see a shift towards more holistic security solutions that integrate cloud antivirus with other security tools like VPNs, password managers, and data encryption.
Right.
It's all about creating a layered defense system that makes it much harder for attackers to penetrate.
It's like building a digital fortress with multiple layers of protection, each one reinforcing the others. But with all this advanced technology, does it mean we'll eventually reach a point where we can just set it and forget it.
Right.
Can we rely on cloud antivirus to completely protect us without any effort on our part?
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever reach a point where we can become complacent about cybersecurity.
Right.
The threat landscape is constantly evolving, with attackers always finding new ways to exploit vulnerabilities.
So it's like a never-ending game of cat and mouse with the good guys and the bad guys constantly trying to outsmart each other.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to stay informed about the latest threats and to adopt a multifaceted approach to security. Cloud antivirus is an essential part of that, but it's not a silver bullet.
So it's about being proactive, staying vigilant, and using a combination of tools and best practices to protect ourselves. It's a shared responsibility, really.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into cloud antivirus. As we wrap things up, what are some key takeaways you'd like our listeners to remember? I think the most important thing is to understand that cloud antivirus is no longer a niche technology. It's become the gold standard for protection in today's digital world.
It's like the seatbelt of the digital age, an essential safety measure that everyone should be using.
Exactly. And it's more affordable and accessible than ever before.
That's great.
There's really no excuse not to have it.
So choose a reputable provider, find a plan that fits your needs, and make sure you're protected. It's an investment in your digital well-being.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, Laura, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, we hope you found this deep dive into cloud antivirus informative and helpful. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the AnzenGuard podcast for more deep dives into the world of cybersecurity. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this episode with your friends and family. The more people we can educate about cybersecurity, the safer we'll all be. Till next time, stay safe online. This is Michael Reynolds.
And Laura Wilson.
Signing off from the AnzenGuard podcast.